Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Saguram Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishwakan Vitamscha Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Jena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Gurvavishya Suprakam Guraganaya Shisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastaveta Nipunam Shri Rupa Pantanugam Govinda Bidam Ujvalam Varatanum Bhaktian Vitam Sundaram Vande Vishwa Gurun Shadivya Bhagavat Premnohi Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanam Suchatapatanam Balarka Chilanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyabhutim Shri Siddhantanitim Subhaktila Sitam Sarasvatanam Maram Vandetam Subhadam Madhika Sharanam Nyashishvaram Shridaram Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Gaudiya Guru Anvaye Vato Banuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Mayavadati Milom Vidorgatanu Dritya Jivanimam Krishna Prema Subhakti Gahana Sukam Pradat Prabhum Tam Bhaje Namo Guru Kishoraya Bhakta Vadutaya Murtaye Gaurangi Padma Bringaya Radha Bhavani Sevine Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastraja Samrajam Radharasa Sudanidhim Gaura Vrajita Shesh Vaishnavi Vande Vigraham Jagannatha Prabhu Vande Premandi Vrindavaishnavam Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhuya Evacha Patitanam Pavanamibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Panchatattvamakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tushe Namaha Jedar Surtur Pangor Mama Madama Tergati Matsarva Swapadam Bhajo Radha Madana Mohana Divirendam Kalpadrumada Shiman Ratnakara Shim Hasanastu Shri Gandhava Srila Govinda Devo Prestela Diva Nam Smarami Shiman Rasarasamri Vam Shiva Tatastika Karshan Venusvanir Gopir Gopinata Shiyastuna Vrinda Tulasi Devi Priya Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prada Devi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Atvanatva Matra Gurun Gurun Bhagavata Daran Yasan Jagat Guru Natva Tato Jaya Mudirayet Jai Saprikarashi Shri Guru Goranga Sundar Radha Gidarju Ki The morning the only thing is, I'm wondering whether is it loud enough or not. I don't know.
Huh?
I'm just wondering whether it's loud enough or not. Okay. So page 50. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Just Ronnie, can you set up the volume, please? Ronnie, can you set up the volume, please? Because I need to.
It's quite surprising how those curtains really block the sound, huh? It's amazing.
Yeah.
The first time I thought my hearing was gone.
Yeah. They're quite thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just need to.
Yeah, we're not doing online.
It is. Yeah. It's just not a good mic because I didn't want to walk. Yeah. I mean, up and down. I didn't want to get up and down. Hi, online.
Is this all online?
Yes.
Samsara
I can simple repetition, just sit fast. Repetition. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Volume 5. Okay, let's see. So we stopped at chapter 17. The bodily transformations of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so chapter 17. The Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the following summary of this 17th chapter in his Amrita Pravasha Bhashya. Absorbed in transcendental ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went out one night without opening the doors to his room. After crossing over 3 walls, he fell down among some cows belonging to the district of Tailanga. There he remained unconscious, assuming the aspect of a tortoise. Yeah. So text 1. I'm simply trying to write about Lord Gaurachandra's transcendental activities and spiritual madness, which are very wonderful and uncommon. I dare to write of them only because I have heard from the mouth of those who have personally seen the Lord's activities. So I believe this is the statement by Krishnadas Kaviraj, right? All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Acharya, all glories to all the devotees of the Lord. Absorbed in ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu acted and talked like a madman day and night. In the company of Svarupa Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once passed half the night talking about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. As they talked of Krishna, Svarupa Damodar Goswami would sing songs exactly suitable for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental emotions. Ramananda Rai would quote verses from the books, and Vidyapati and Kandidas, and especially from Gita Govinda by Jayadev Goswami, to complement the ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At intervals, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would also recite a verse. Then, in great lamentation, he would explain it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed half the night experiencing varieties of emotions. Finally, after making the Lord lie down on his bed, both Svarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai returned to their homes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal servant, Govinda, lay down at the door of his room, and the Lord very loudly chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra all night. Suddenly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the vibration of Krishna's flute. Then, in ecstasy, he began to depart to see Lord Krishna. All 3 doors were fastened as usual, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in a great ecstasy, nevertheless got out of the room and left the house. He went to a cowshed on the southern side of the Simhadvara. There, the Lord fell down unconscious amongst cows from the district of Tailanga. Meanwhile, not hearing any sound from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Govinda immediately sent for Svarupa Damodar and opened the doors. Then Svarupa Damodar Goswami lit a torch and went out with all the devotees to search for the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After searching here and there, they finally came to the cow shed near the Simhadvara. There they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lying unconscious amongst the cows. His arms and legs were entered the trunk of his body, exactly like those of tortoise. His mouth was foaming. There were eruptions on his body, and tears flowed from his eyes. As the Lord lay there unconscious, his body resembled a large pumpkin. Externally, he was completely inert, but within he felt overwhelming transcendental bliss. All the cows around the Lord were sniffing his transcendental body. When the devotees tried to check them, they refused to give up their association with the transcendental body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The devotees tried to rouse the Lord by various means, but his consciousness did not return. Therefore, they all lifted him and brought him back home. All the devotees began to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra very loudly, and after a considerable time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regained consciousness. When he regained consciousness, his arms and legs came out of his body, and his whole body returned to normal. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up and then sat down again. Looking here and there, he inquired from Swarupa Damodar, "Where have you brought me?" After hearing the vibration of a flute, I went to Vrindavan, and there I saw that Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, was playing on his flute in the pasturing grounds. He brought Srimati Radharani to bower by signaling with his flute. Then he entered within that bower and performed pastimes with her. I entered the bower just behind Krishna, my ears captivated by the sound of his ornaments. I saw Krishna and the gopis enjoying all kinds of pastimes while laughing and joking together. Hearing their vocal expressions enhanced the joy of my ears. Just then, all of you made a tumultuous sound and brought me back here by force. Because you brought me back here, I could no longer hear the nectarian voices of Krishna and the gopis, nor could I hear the sounds of the ornaments of their flute. In a great ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Swarupa Damodar in a faltering voice, "My ears are dying of thirst. My ears are dying of thirst. Please recite something to quench this thirst. Let me hear it." Understanding the ecstatic emotions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarupa Damodar, in a sweet voice, recited the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. My dear Lord Krishna, where is that woman within the three worlds who cannot be captivated by the rhythms of the sweet songs coming from your wonderful flute, who cannot fall down from the path of chastity in this way? Your beauty is the most sublime within the three worlds. Upon seeing your beauty, even cows, birds, animals, and trees in the forest are stunned in jubilation. Upon hearing this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, overwhelmed with the ecstasy of the gopis, began to explain it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "The gopis entered the arena of the rasa dance in ecstasy, but after hearing Krishna's words of negligence and detachment, they understood that he was going to renounce them. Thus, they began to chastise him in anger. 'O dear lover,' they said, 'please answer just one question. Who amongst all the youthful women within the universe is not attracted by the sound of your flute? When you play your flute, it acts like a messenger in the form of yogini, perfect in the art of chanting mantras. The messenger enchants all the women in the universe and attracts them all. Then she increases their great anxiety and induces them to give up the regulative principles of obeying superiors. Finally, she forcibly brings them to you to surrender in amorous love. The vibration of your flute, accompanied by your glance, which pierces unforcibly with the arrows of lust, induces us to ignore the regulative principles of religious life. Thus, we become excited by lust lusty desires and come to you, giving up all the shame and fear. But now you are angry with us. You are finding fault with our violating religious principles and leaving our home and husbands. And as you instruct us about religious principles, we become helpless. Well, here it's maybe necessary to add that the sort of lust which is mentioned here is not the lust in the mundane sense, like a lust which residents of the material plane experience towards each other. This something is of a divine nature between Krishna and gopis. So it's beyond Paravyoma, beyond Vaikuntha, and it's in the plane where there's no even a tinge of exploitation and nastiness. So it's not exactly the same lust as what we hear of and know of in this world. We know that this is all a well-planned trick. You know how to make jokes that cause the complete annihilation of women, but we can understand that your real mind, words and behavior are different. Therefore, please give us all these clever tricks. Therefore, please give up all these clever tricks. The nectarian buttermilk of your flute's vibration, the nectar of your sweet words, and the nectarian sound of your ornaments mix together to attract our ears, minds, and lives. In this way, you're killing us. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke these words in a mood of anger as he floated on waves of ecstatic love. Merged in an ocean of anxiety, he recited this verse spoken by Srimati Radharani, expressing the same emotions. Then he personally explained the verse and thus tasted the sweetness of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, "My dear friend, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, my dear friend, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has a voice as deep as a cloud, resounding in the sky. With the tinkling of his ornaments, he attracts the ears of gopis, and with the sound of his flute, he attracts even the goddess of fortune and other beautiful women. The personality of Godhead, known as Madana Mohan, whose joking words carry many indications and deep meanings, is increasing the lusty desires of my ears." Krishna's deep voice is more resonant than newly arrived clouds, and his sweet song defeats even the sweet voice of the cuckoo. Indeed, his song is so sweet that even one particle of its sound can inundate the entire world. If such a particle enters one's ear, one is immediately bereft of all other types of hearing. My dear friend, please tell me what to do. My ears have been plundered by the qualities of Krishna's sound. Now, however, I cannot hear his transcendental sound, and I'm almost dead for want of it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, My dear friend, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has a voice as deep as a cloud, resounding in this. Oh, sorry. I've read this already. The tinkling of Krishna's ankle bells surpasses the songs of even the swan and crane, and the sound of his bangles puts the singing of the Chataka bird to shame. Having allowed these sounds to enter the ears even once, one cannot tolerate hearing anything else. Krishna's speech is far sweeter than nectar. Each of his jubilant words is full of meaning, and when his speech mixes with his smile, which is like camphor, the resonant sound and the deep meaning of Krishna's words create various transcendental mellows. One particle of that transcendental blissful nectar is the life and soul of the ear, which is like a chakora bird that lives in hope of tasting the nectar. Sometimes, by good fortune, the bird can taste it, but at other times, he unfortunately cannot, and therefore almost dies of thirst. The transcendental vibration of Krishna's flute disturbs the hearts of women all over the world, even if they hear it only once. Thus, their fastened belts become loose, and these women become the unpaid maidservants of Krishna. Indeed, they run towards Krishna exactly like madwomen. When she hears the vibration of Krishna's flute, even the goddess of fortune comes to him, greatly hoping for his association, but nevertheless she does not get it. When the waves of thirst for his association increase, she performs austerities, but still she cannot meet him. So it's goddess of fortune is Lakshmi, and Lakshmi is the wife of Narayan, Vishnu, and that's the Vaikuntha plane. And we hear that Lakshmi is trying to go to Vrindavan to Krishna, but she cannot. And she, as mentioned here, performs austerities, but that's not something which can get you there. Only the most fortunate can hear these four nectarian sounds, Krishna's words. The tinkles on his ankle bells and bangles, his voice and the vibration of his flute. If one does not hear these sounds, his ears are as useless as small conch shells with holes. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lamented in this way, agitation and ecstasy awoke in his mind, and he became very restless. Many transcendental ecstasies combined in him, including anxiety, lamentation, attention, eagerness, fear, determination, and remembrance. The aggregate of all these ecstasies awoke a statement by Srimati Radharani in the mind of Bilvamangal Thakur, Lila Sukha. In the same ecstatic mood, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now recited that verse, and on the strength of madness, he described its meaning, which is unknown to people in general. And perhaps about that verse and meaning of that verse we can read tomorrow. So we'll stop here. And we will read a little bit from Servants of Guardian of Devotion, Volume 2. Okay. I will go slightly before, just to remind ourselves what we were reading about. So the chapter is called The Land of Service. Basically, this is the advice of Rig Veda, the first Veda that descends from the upper world to this world. The primary requirement for you all is to conceive that there is a world above, and above means in the line of consciousness. The highest identity is that of consciousness, and you must adopt that conscious world above you as your shelter. You will live and move there. There is a radical change. Here you are in the atmosphere of exploitation, but that is the land of service. There you have to think in terms of service. That is on your head. That region is superior to the stuff you are made of. So do you want that connection, or do you prefer to reign in hell than to serve in heaven? What do you like? Consider and then come forward. You can have a prospect of attaining everything up to Krishna, the Absolute. Otherwise, you will have to revolve here in this world of 8,400,000 species. There are 900,000 aquatics, 2 million immobile, 1,100,000 worms, insects, 1 million birds, and 3 million animals, and 400,000 human species. There are 8,400,000 classifications of species throughout which you will have to wander in the world of action and reaction. You need to select your path. Do you want to be a member of the land of immortality? Do you want Janma Mritya Jara Vidyati, birth, death, old age, and infirmity, or immortality? If you want immortality, you will have to pay for the ticket. You will have to take the visa. You will have to prepare for such a categorical beginning. And the bond you have to sign is slavery to Krishna. Juvera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. If you want to go to mystic land, the land of infinite hope, prosperity, and prospect, you will have to go as a slave, because that plane is made of higher stuff than you yourself are. The earth, water, etc., everything is made of consciousness, spirit, and above that there is anandam, or ecstasy, not only a matter of consciousness. Although medicine seems bitter in the beginning, in a healthy state one may taste its sweetness. Our approach to the divine realm may also be experienced in this way. So, in Raga Marga, the path of divine love, and in Krishna Loka, there is not only consciousness, but beauty is the prevailing element there. Ideal, a ship without a rudder drifts aimlessly in the ocean. But if I have taken to heart the particular ideal of Krishna, Mahaprabhu, and Bhagavatam, then I am captured. My tuft of hair, Shikha, is tied with the feet of Guru Maharaj and the divine grace. The tuft of hair is captured. The head is captured there, and everything will be done through the head, the part of the body which is most revered in this material world. One who has a good ideal is in possession of the most valuable wealth. On the other hand, you will only hanker for Kanaka Kamini Pratishta. On the other hand, one will only hanker for Kanaka Kamini and Pratishta, which is popularity, materials of sense pleasure, and money. All these things, but they are all animal consciousness. They are all properties in the land of animal consciousness. A radical change must be effected in us if we really want to live if we really want a life worth living. Such is the importance of our ideal. A man should be judged by his ideals. The greatness of the ideal he is trying to realize is to be marked. The man of the future, the man of tomorrow, should be judged by his ideal. If his ideal is great, he is great. Because if he is sincere, tomorrow or very soon, he will reach it. So our ideal is the all-important factor. We may not attain our high ideal very easily. It is not inferior merchandise to be disposed of cheaply in the market. It is most valuable. But whatever the cost, no matter, we should feel within, I want no less than the highest thing, that Advaya Gyan, that autocrat, that goodness autocrat, the supreme commander of everything. I want him and nothing less, and I should live and move and feel in myself that whatever I shall do in every second, I am meant for that. I am meant for my ideal. I have no time to waste or to hesitate for anything. In every moment, I move in every way with the ideal in my heart. I shall always make some progress towards it. If I can just stay in touch with my ideal, then that will guide and inspire me. In any and every action, whatever I shall do or undo, eat, rest, etc., my ideal will be overhead. And that will gradually take me out of all these entanglements and enticements. And one day or other, I shall be able to reach it. And probably we can finish here, and tomorrow we can continue starting from chapter called Divine Attraction Reveals the Ideal. Okay. We will try to maybe start broadcasting on Telegram. If we set it up so people can join on Telegram channel, and because there is an option of unmuting the microphone and participating in the conversation. If someone would like to add something or ask a question, that would be possible. So in the next couple of days we'll probably try to add a Telegram channel and set it up. So, and we'll see from there. And for now it's like this. And okay, so when we chant Harihara, page 60. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Krishaya Namaha Gopalodindam Shimadusudana Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Radhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatana Bhata Raghunatha Jai, Jai Shri Govinda Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Srila Shridhar Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai, Jai Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj ki Jai, Nitya Gaura Premanande Hari Bol.